it's pretty rare in today's market that you'll see a company valued below 20 PE. The S&P 500 average is about 27 PE right now. Also one that has gone up 2.5 times over the last 5 years. The S&P 500 has only gone up 100%, offset a little bit by First Solar not paying a dividend, the S&P 500 paying about a little over 1, right? But also one that is a tech company. Not only that, but a green energy tech company. List me all the at least $21 billion market cap green energy U.S. companies in the world. There's not many. There really is not many. So to me, this is kind of screaming by, guys. It really is to me. If you want to get in the green energy space, you want to get in the renewable energy space, you like companies that aren't overvalued, you like companies that have a track record of growing. The only thing that's kind of iffy here is they did run sideways from 2013 basically to 2020. That's not particularly great. However, over the last 5 years performing that well kind of makes up for it, right? So yeah, this company just really sticks out to me. It really does. If we take a look at the forward PE, here it's 14.5. Also look at this. This is the PE and forward PE. This is going back to the middle of 2023. 475 PE all the way down to 17.9. The only difference you see here is a little bit in 2024, but that's probably mostly share price differences. And you can see forward PE mostly dropping along that. So this, even by its historical standard, even if you view this chart out 5 years, right? I love how it froze up. 5 years, right? Like, it may only be roughly even from these 2023 highs, right? Maybe even down a little bit. But you're getting in at a cheaper PE price. You are, right? Back then, you were getting in at, 110. Well, I mean, forward PE is still pretty low, but 38 PE, something like that. So to me, this is pretty cheap. It really is. Does not pay a dividend yet. Not an issue. This company, is clearly still in the phase of needing a lot of growth. And for me, I personally don't mind a company investing as much as they can into growth. Certainly one that isn't, $100 billion, closer to $21 billion. So even though a lot of energy companies generally do pay dividends. But anyways, let's take a look at some other things, what some analysts are saying. Schwab thinks it's going to underperform. I don't know. I don't necessarily see why they think that. Maybe I'd have to read into that, but that seems a little bit strange. Economic moat, none. Not sure I agree with that. You'd have to think it's a little bit higher. I mean, there's just not a lot of. I mean, to be fair, it's still really early in the renewable energy space, right? There's just not a lot of players. So there's not a lot of, just deeply embedded connections. There's not a whole lot of, name notoriety and name awareness, right? For when you think of, expensive coffee, what do you think? You think Starbucks, right? Or something to that degree. Fast food, you think McDonald's, you think, there's been decades and decades and decades of brand awareness within some of those companies, right? So, and it's not just name, there's other things like technology and being ahead of the competition there. But, in this point we're at with the green energy, there is only so much. There's only so much there, right? So 4 stars, buy, avoid, buy, really good ESG score, not particularly surprising. I mean, you can see the earnings are projected significantly above. Honestly, I'm surprised the forward PE isn't lower. There might be something else going on there, but we look 3.1, 4.83, 4.2. So, I mean, the EPS, they're really projecting higher. Let's look a little bit deeper into this. If ever it were to load. There we go. Yeah, no, revenue clearly up. I'm more curious about the annual. Yeah, I mean, they just had a bad year in 2022. Clearly 2024 significantly higher. And they're projecting good growth too. I'm not necessarily sure if this is analysts or the own company's projections, but either way, you love that earning per share growth And like I said, there's only so many companies you can get in that does this, right? There just isn't that many. That's what I like about this. Let's take a look at analysts here. Most people, well, everyone was saying buy the last 2 months, but now it's about 50-50. There's 17 analysts, 8 are saying hold, so a little bit over half are saying buy. So I don't necessarily know why Charles Schwab rates this. This is their 1 year outlook for share price performance. They think it's not going to perform well for whatever reason. I mean, I don't necessarily get that. I disagree. I mean, I can't predict the future either. I am a long-term investor. When I look at a company, I'm looking at it and deciding, is this a stock I want to own long-term, right? You can still buy it if it's undervalued. I do probably think this company's probably pretty undervalued. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to shoot up, but that does negate some risk if there were to be a recession or something like that, right? I mean, if you look at this, they got hit fairly hard during COVID, but everyone did. That's no more of a drop than basically every company did, right? Certainly in the tech field. So, I don't know. I like First Solar. I do. I don't know. I mean, let me know some different stocks down in the comment section. This is one of the only, I mean, other than NextEra Energy, this is one of the only green energy stocks that I really like, that I can look and be like, okay, I could pull the trigger on buying this. I currently don't own it. I may in the future. Capital is finite. That's the reason. It's not necessarily because I don't like it, but I can only own so many stocks. So I really just, in terms of stocks, there's only so many that green energy that I've tried to look deep into it, but there's only a few that even scream like, okay, this is something I could hold, right? So if any of you are watching this video and you have some suggestions for me to look at, or maybe competition they have that is roughly the same market cap, profitable, growing company over the last 5 to 10 years, I'm interested in that, right? Of course, I can do my own research into that as well, but if any of you know, I'm sure most of you watching this video have at least some interest in the company, so I would be interested in these, letting me know. Anyways, that's basically all I got for this video. If you made it this far and enjoyed it, I appreciate if you left a like, subscribe, whatever it may be. It helps the channel out a lot. Starting to get this channel up and running, and I appreciate all of your support. So anyways, I appreciate watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.